Ready to take your favorite WagerTalk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The WagerTalk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like WagerTalk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report. Plus, browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for WagerTalk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.
Hey guys, welcome in and a very happy Friday to you here. It is the NBA Tip-Off Show powered by WagerTalk.com as we've got a light card here tonight in the association, but some intriguing matchups out of the five. We'll break down a few of these, see if we can't find a couple of edges for you, as we'll do it here, of course, with three of the finest and upstanding gentlemen you will find anywhere in like a half a block radius. As Andy Lang, the prop god, is hanging out with us, as is Brian Power. Again, notice the readjusting of the plants, doing a great job behind him. And Tony Mejia getting ready to do a little painting as soon as he's done here. Gentlemen, happy Friday to you. Andy, it is a light card, 5 games here tonight. Is there anything in the prop betting world that you've got available at WagerTalk?
Yeah, quite a few things. We're having a good NHL week, and I was just talking off air to Brian. We're kind of combining our best NHL props and NBA bets into one pack called the Puck and Dunk. So yeah, might as well have a little fun with it. Light card in the NBA, as you said, but we have that up. We also have a 5% NFL play that's up. I've been telling everyone about that, and I do have to say, instead of promoting myself, Tony Mejia has one of the best pictures on Twitter right now of his daughters getting straight A's.
Yes.
And like a boss. What was it, Tony? Your youngest has aviators on while she's taking her picture with the straight A.
I think learned why that is.
It's a great picture. It's really, really cool. Congratulations, Tony. That's really cool. Sometimes we have a lot of negativity on social media, but that was a cool picture. It came across my timeline. Congratulations, Tony. That was awesome.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Much appreciated, brother.
Yeah, very nice stuff there, T. And I mean, tell us here, do you have, is your daughter picking the games tonight for you? What's going on? Is that why she's behind the shades? Like, and I'm not here, I'm here, but I'm not here. What's going on?
Apparently it was some sort of tropical day, and those are the sunglasses she chose to wear, even though she has other pair, but she grabbed the aviators. So it was funny to see her strolling across the stage, because I had no idea that she had them, and I showed up at 9 a.m. for her ceremony, and there she is, floating around.
Awesome. So. That's great. Look at her getting the thing. That's awesome. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. Yeah, there you go.
Very proud of her.
That's awesome.
Proud of them
Very
both.
Nice. That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, yesterday was a 5-0 night. So if I had struggled, I probably would use both of their services. But we'll see if I can press forward tonight and stay hot in the NBA. Although Wednesday wasn't good. But I mean, it's been a really good month, and we'll look to close it out. Between now and Tuesday, and then enter February on a heater. I don't have an NBA package up, even though I'm going to give out a client play that I plan to have as my best bet, and I'm just waiting on some injury information to lock in stuff for tonight. But there is a 4% package already available for college basketball, so we shall see how that turns out.
All right, opportunities presenting themselves. Brian Power, how about you, man? College hoops tonight, NBA. What tickles your fancy here?
Well, this is a family program. We won't get into that right now. However, look, Wednesday, we joked about it. was hit by a bus on Wednesday night. There you go, right there. I think it's coming up. We're going to show that. Yes.
Oh, look at that. Wait. Who is that? Who the hell is... Oh, look at that. Very nice. Yeah, Robert driving that bus for you, it seems.
Yes. Andy said puck and dunk. That kind of described my Wednesday night, I feel. But we bounced back with a winning Thursday, got the Miracle 3 with Michigan at the end. That was, normally I would say, well, you get lucky sometimes, but I deserve that one, I think. And then for tonight, I have a couple best bets on the college card. Of course, the 5% play for the NFL championship game, conference championships has been up for a while now. And I do have a best bet I will be sharing here on the program for the National Basketball Association's Friday card. So there you have it.
I got to tell you, it's pretty fun. I mean, Robert has, it used to be, Andy, that Robert would just cut your mic if you badmouth any Houston team. Now he's getting behind a bus and hitting your ass if you got anything to say about Houston. So fantastic stuff. Well done there, guys. I mean, my goodness. That is great. And, the giant grin on Robert's face in that picture is fantastic. Let us start with the contrarian gods who have a game tonight they're going to be looking at. And it's actually not too far from me down here in South Florida as the Orlando Magic taking on the Miami Heat here tonight. Boy, this line's just continued to grow. 8.5 is where we are at right now. And it looks like the betting markets, boy, they're in love with Miami again. Why, I have no idea. They've been dead for about 2 months to me. But hey, they love them, but the contrarian gods are saying, not so fast here. What do you think, Andy? Is the Orlando Magic a team you could get behind, and any props in this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could see why they love the Miami Heat. They won 3 out of 4, scored 126, 113, 123. Oh wait, that's Orlando.
Yeah.
I don't get this. I really truly don't. So heck yeah, I'm on with the contrarian gods on this one. So couple suspect win from the Miami Heat. Okay, they beat the Boston Celtics, very shorthanded. They beat New Orleans shorthanded, but then they got crushed by Dallas. They beat New Orleans again. So I'm not really sold on this Miami Heat team. So absolutely, maybe even wait. Maybe there's a 9 that comes up before. If there's more money coming in, maybe just wait and see. It doesn't look like money's going to be coming in on the side. So just wait till you get that 9 points. But yeah, I'll roll with the contrarian gods. And to piggyback off that, I really like the Orlando Magic over 105.5 points for their team total. Talked about suspect here. Boston scores 95 points, but look at they're missing. No Smart, no Brown. And then, New Orleans, that depleted team. They're finally starting to get a little bit healthy, but the Miami Heat took good advantage of that. The Magic, they've been scoring a lot. They've gone over this total in 11 straight games, and they've gone over in 6 straight road games as well. I think this number is way too low on an Orlando team that they can be pretty deep. Ben Caro can have his moments, but they don't just depend on him. Points can come from all over the place. So I think the market is giving a little too much respect in Miami tonight. Yeah, give me the Magic, and I like their team total over.
So Andy brings up a good point. I mean, I'm showing the Heat 9-4 straight up here over the last couple of weeks, but only 7-6 against the number, and that's really been the biggest issue here. In the meantime, 8-3 against the number is what I'm seeing here with the Magic. What are you thinking, Brian Power? Are you in agreement with the contrarian gods that Orlando's got the value?
Yeah, you talk about the straight up versus the ATS record, Joe. I actually wound up just playing the Heat on the money line in that game Andy mentioned against Boston, where Boston was so shorthanded, and the Heat barely won despite the Celtics being that shorthanded. It was a winner for me, but if you laid the points, I think by the time the number closed, you would have lost. Now the Heat are healthier than they've been right now compared to most of the season, and they're only a home loss since Christmas by just a single point to Brooklyn, but Orlando, as Andy kind of talked about, and you mentioned as well, Joe, more competent team than I think the public realizes. 6-1 against the number their last 7 games. The only one they failed to cover in that stretch on the road in the second game of a back-to-back. I know Tony is well aware. Last time out, the Magic were up big after the first quarter against Indiana, and they were able to hold on, get the cover there. The Magic, overall, they've been just a league average team, which if you're getting this many points, that's fine with me. So I would take the points. I'm fairly certain the contrarian gods are aware of the fact that Miami just 6-14-2 against the spread as a home favorite this season, and only plus 1.4 points per game over their opponents at home. So yeah, this number's way too high. Give me the points.
Feels way too high, but let's go to the man who's got season tickets to the Orlando Magic. Tony Mejia, my man. Every night he's out there looking to sell those damn things. What do you got there, Mejia? What do you think of Orlando? What are we missing here? Why does the market love Miami so much?
I might be finally doing okay with that if that were true, but I mean, the Magic have never been my team, and since I used to cover the league, I haven't been back to Amway, so then that's been quite a few years. So, but look, the Magic are actually getting people excited here about the play-in round, which tells you how starved they are for success here in Orlando for the Magic to be good. But most of their success of late has come at home. They're 1-4 on the road over their last 5. And I agree with both panelists that this number seems too high. I made it 6.5, 7, and it's 8.5 now. And as Brian pointed out, Miami is as healthy as they've been in weeks. Jimmy Butler's going to play. He didn't play against Boston, and they cleared Strus and Highsmith to show up tonight. So, yeah, Miami's obviously playing well. They're playing like Spoelstra wants them to, unders in their last 3 games. Orlando moves the ball really well, though. I don't think many people watch the Magic. I watched them the other night against Indiana, and I've caught their games of late. And Franz Wagner, really facilitates offense nicely, and that leads to Markelle Fultz doing the same, and Moncaro's getting the ball. And they've got 3 bigs now that they can use. And even though he's not playing tonight, Jonathan Isaac provides a boost. So Orlando is sneaky deep, and they might actually play into that play-in round, which would make a lot of people around here very happy. But I mean, to answer the question on the contrarian gods, if you like points and feel that a team is undervalued, then yeah, you should ride with Orlando. But it is a risky play because the Magic have lost 5 of 6, even though they won the last one last season to the Heat, who treat them like a little brother and routinely like to beat up on them. Another point is that Orlando plays tomorrow night against Chicago. So if they are getting beat badly in the fourth quarter, then you might see Jamal Mosley pull some of those guys. But again, the depth might play. So yeah, I mean, I would kind of shakily nod to taking the points with the Magic.
Well, it feels like, hey, if the Magic can get out to an early lead, I'll be able to jump on Miami at a hell of a lot better number than 8.5. So that's what live betting's all about. But the contrarian gods say, hey, 8.5, just way too many marketplace. They're going to jump on those Magic here tonight. All right, let's check out a featured matchup here tonight. And again, we only got 5 games, but opportunities here for you guys to check out. I think what should be maybe one of the better games, as Minnesota at home getting 3, waiting for the Memphis Grizzlies. Still some question marks about who's in and who is out in this game. I feel like Rudy Gobert is on the injury report every game regardless. I don't know how much that matters, but it's Desmond Bane. I think all eyes are on for Memphis. Still questionable here. Morant's a go. Obviously, Bane, his scoring ability, something you need to worry about if it's not going to be on the court. 238, and usually the total at this point here, Mejia, should have been at 240 already, but too many question marks to figure out where we're going with this one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the Bane thing is, I think, the key, because Gobert played 35 minutes the other night, so unless he tweaked something, which is entirely possible, I think he will play tonight. And that would help take advantage of the fact that Steven Adams is out for Memphis. But this is a pride thing for the Grizzlies. I mean, they've been running their mouths that they've got the West, at least Ja has, and then they're 0-4 on their current road trip. So statement game here. If you're going to try to avoid a winless road trip, to go 0-5, you got to take care of business. I think that's why they're favored. If Bane doesn't play, though, you have one less body to take care of the big dog in Minnesota and Anthony Edwards. So that to me is the key. Waiting on that news to see which way I'm gonna lean on this. But look, this is if Memphis, who really should have won the other night against Golden State and played a really good game, and after getting embarrassed in Sacramento, they'll show up for this one, and they're starting to learn how to play without Steven Adams. They've got a lot of answers in terms of depth. Minnesota doesn't, so the Gobert thing could swing that if he ends up sitting out and they have to play smaller. But yeah, like we're saying here, it's probably the most intriguing game of the night. I would say wait and see on the Bane thing, and total wise, again, same thing, and I lean under.
I agree with you there. I think the fact that it hasn't moved tells us everything we need to know, Andy, about what the marketplace, because if Bane don't go, this thing is cratering. He has been really important to them on the court here this year from a point perspective. But do you have anybody, Andy, from a prop betting perspective you'd look at in this game?
Well, I say it all the time. The NBA tip-off has just incredible chat. Shout out to all those guys. Gilbert has this is a great prop for tonight. Dylan Brooks over 1.5 altercations.
Oh, good point.
That's a great comment. It's really good. Listen, I couldn't get to the window confidently on hardly anything in this game. Obviously, we're waiting on some of the players' news, but I will say, it doesn't look like there's one person in particular that's going to be able to step in for Memphis and, really single-handedly take over the rebounding issue without Steven Adams. I mean, Steven Adams was the guy that was, 16 rebounds, 18 rebounds. He had those big games. Some of these other guys for Memphis, I mean, let's be honest, it's hard to bang and rebound inside when you're always in foul trouble. And it continues to be an issue for these guys. I mean, Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson combined for 10 fouls the other night, and nobody got to double digits on their rebounds. So the one I'm looking at, if Gobert does play tonight and you get a rebound prop, I think you look at Gobert over his rebounds. If he doesn't, I think a sneaky one could be an Anthony Edwards over rebounds. I think he's more than athletic enough to take advantage of some of those rebounds that come off. He had 6 in the last game. Right now his number is 5.5. It's only minus 105, but we got to get confirmation on everything. But I really do think without Steven Adams, there's going to be some value in taking the opposition over their rebounds. I wish there was a prop like which team will have the most rebounds. I think we can get there, but wait for Gobert. But if he does play, take him over the rebounds.
All right. Gobert up and over if he's on the court. How about it, Brian Power? You leaning one way or the other in this game?
Well, as I'm known to do, I wanted to buy low on Memphis. They're just 1-3 against the spread on this trip. As the guys mentioned, they haven't won a game straight up. The only one they covered was the last game against Golden State, where they lose at the buzzer. But again, no Bane, or Bane being questionable, no Steven Adams. And the Grizzlies are not a good road team anyway. It's not just this trip, gang. I mean, they're 9-14-2 against the spread. And, this being their 5th game in 8 days isn't great. Gobert, you expect him to play for Minnesota. He's been on the injury list, Joe, as you mentioned, pretty much every game and still plays. The total, though, is what I wanted to look at. Tony hit on this. I think the number's too high. The under's 4-0 for Memphis on the trip, and Morant has been logging a lot of minutes, as has Bane. The under's hit the last 4 times these teams have met as well, in 8 of the last 10. The 2 meetings earlier this season, 217 combined points, 210 combined points. One of those was with, one of those was without Bane for Memphis. And I jump on the under now, and I would wait and see as far as the side goes. And this is certainly worth noting, just to put a number to Bane's importance. Without him, Memphis's net rating drops by about 4.8 points per 100 possessions. He's their best shooter. They're in a lot of trouble if he doesn't play tonight. But regardless, I would jump on the under in today's featured game.
All right, leaning towards the under there. Pretty good direction in that spot, guys, as Minnesota hosting Memphis tonight. We will focus on a total as our overtime segment takes place. But I mean, there's really how many games are left here? Can't go to Milwaukee. Well, there it is, Milwaukee, 237. And why are we going to Milwaukee and Indiana? Well, A, Andy's on the show, and he hasn't ripped Indiana in a while. But B, the damn thing has been raising all day long here. 240.5 is what we're looking at now. So, Andy, start us off here, man. It feels like, well, the market thinks there won't be any defense. What do you think in this matchup?
Listen, anytime you can take an over with TJ McConnell starting at point guard, you have to do it. I mean, the man is just a magician out there directing traffic. He's actually not been terrible. He's actually been pretty good. They got his assist number at 9.5. That's how good his assist has been. Yeah, amazing, and then plus money. So, to kind of piggyback off of that one a little bit, I'm gonna take Buddy Hield over 18.5 points. He was absolutely terrible the first couple games of that Halliburton. Like, he not only was he not making 3-point shots, he just wasn't even really taking them. But he has come alive the last 3 games. He's gone for 21, 19, and 22. Milwaukee is just really struggling to get in a groove. They just have a different lineup, it seems, every single week. You got Giannis as a game time decision, and Giannis is becoming the new, like, is he going to play? I don't care if he's listed as questionable. You almost got to wait until an hour before tip. I mean, he what was it? MLK Day where where the NBA was expecting this marquee match. Just before tip off, he's out. I find it really hard to figure out what to do with this Milwaukee team. And I just think it's going to take them a while to get defensively in the groove. I mean, they have the pieces. They have Lopez. They got Giannis. They have Holiday. But when you're not in a groove, I think it's kind of hard. And the Pacers, listen, they do have kind of the unknown coming at them. You're not really sure what they're going to do. A little bit frisky here. They obviously don't have the talent. Milwaukee should win. But I like Buddy Hield. I think he continues to get his volume with 3-point shots, 18.5. A couple points too low. Take him over.
All right, looking on up and over with Hield here. How about it, Brian Power? Feels like an over game. The market thinks it's an over game. How about you?
Well, we have a crowded injury list for Indiana, obviously already without Halliburton. A number of others are questionable here. Just piggybacking off what Andy had to say, you know, Giannis, that game that they expected him to play and then he just didn't, that was against Indiana of all teams on MLK Day. And despite him not playing, there were still 251 total points scored in that game. So you can see why the market likes the over here. 2 nights ago in Orlando, we saw the Pacers and the Magic combined for 246. The over 7-2 this year for Milwaukee when you've got an over underline 230 or higher. The Pacers are 4th in pace. Sure, take the over. It's that simple. I think all signs point to it. You're going to get a lot of points. I don't know if they blow past it, but I think it's over or nothing for me in this Central Division matchup.
All right, over or nothing certainly does make you feel like we're going to get some points in this matchup, unless you think defense is going to be at center stage here in this one.
Well, if it is, it's Miles Turner joining the fray. And I think he might, simply because he wants out of Indiana as much as he does. And showing out against Giannis Antetokounmpo would be,
huge.
Increase his asking price. But getting out to Andy's point, TJ McConnell had hit multiple 3-pointers only once all season until this game against the Bucks the other 2 weeks ago. He went 4 for 4 and shot 11 for 16. And over the past 3 weeks? Yeah, 2+ weeks. I mean, he is shooting at least 65%, maybe even more. Comes off an 8 for 8 performance against the Magic, 9 for 14 before that against the Bulls, 8 of 15. And this is a guy that would routinely miss layups for the last 2 months. So clearly he's feeling in a flow, having to play more minutes without Tyrese Halliburton. Chris Duarte is playing better now. He had seemed to lose his way earlier this season. Benedict Mathurin is a guy that chases points. So I would caution against laying points with the Bucks. But I kind of lean under here, especially if I think Turner's going to play, because unless Giannis gets to the free throw line as much as he did against Denver, and that was after the Bucks putzed around against Denver's B team the other night, and he just decided to bully everybody. And I'm going to score when I want to in the paint. The Bucks right now are working Chris Middleton back into the mix, and so he's clearly off. And when he comes in the game, he's still on a minutes restriction. They are calling plays for him, trying to get him back in the mix, and he's missing shot. That's going to create opportunities for the Pacers to hang around. So I think we missed the main number if I wanted to ride the over here. So I'll play contrarian and back the under at 240 and a half now.
Yeah, it's risen. All right. Nope. Line drawn in the sand. Looking at the under in this matchup here tonight. All right. Like we said, only 5 games on the board. So now it is time for some best bets. All right, again, five games on the board on this Friday here. We'll throw 60 seconds on the clock, and these guys do whatever the hell you want with that 60 seconds. Just drop us a best bet somewhere in there. And Andy, kick us off, man. Where are you looking at here tonight?
Well, I want to remind everybody, the biggest thing we have going on this weekend is the 5% play that is up in the NFL. 19-8 run on those 5% plays in the NFL this season. So excited to cash number 20. That would be a really incredible milestone to do that. So go grab that. It's at WagerTalk.com. We've hit our last 2. For my best bet, I'm looking at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm going to shock everybody by taking his under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is the best team in the league, Cleveland, defending shooting guards and point guards. They only allow 29 PRA a game. Now, there's no Donovan Mitchell, but I actually think that helps slow down the pace of this game. Cleveland's already the lowest paced team in the league. And SGA is coming off of 3 huge games, but those are against Atlanta, Sacramento, and Denver. Sacramento and Denver are 2 of the worst teams defending the perimeter. He played Cleveland on December 10th. He only had 23, 3, and 2. That game was also without Donovan Mitchell. Take SGA on the under.
All right. Do it. Can never go wrong there. Talk to us here, Brian Power. We've got 60 seconds. Where are you looking for a best bet?
Yeah, same thing as Andy. Got a 5% NFL play up for the weekend. We have won 5 of the last 6. Of course, the loss was last weekend, but we're getting it back here. We've hit 60% of the 5% play since I came on board in the summer. So looking forward to a big conference championship weekend. And I'm looking for a big win for the Cavs tonight in the NBA. They'll be my best bet, plus 1.5 against Oklahoma City. Liked a lot of what Andy just had to say there. No Mitchell, no love for the Cavs tonight, but they certainly didn't need either of them last night against the Rockets. An easy win. It looks like Ricky Rubio will join them and sit out here as well. But the Thunder without Dort, with a hamstring injury, I think Jarrett Allen and the Cavs size gives OKC all sorts of trouble. The Thunder, they're due to give a little bit of back after an 8-0-1 ATS run was snapped. They just allowed 137 points to Atlanta in the last game. Cleveland, number 2 in the league in defensive efficiency. And yes, they will slow the tempo down, make Oklahoma City play their pace. I like the Cavs.
Did he say he's been here since the summer? Oof.
Yeah.
The tree falls in the forest. All right, Mejia, talk to us here. What is 60 seconds on the clock? No idea. What do you got for us here tonight, Tony?
We'll have 5% plays tomorrow because the card is loaded. Both NBA, there's another 11 games, and it's rivalry week, or college basketball, which has the Big 12 SEC Challenge and a full card, obviously, on a Saturday. And then Sunday, there will be football 5% play or a basketball if I like something better. So we will go for the high road now that we have exercised the demons of blowing that Chargers game against the Jaguars as a 5% play with Washington, who almost blew yesterday's game. But I digress. If you don't know what happened in that Washington-Arizona State game, find out. It was absolutely ridiculous. Tonight, I like Golden State and Toronto to go under the posted total. I think Andrew Wiggins is going to play, so the top defender for the Warriors is on there, and OG Anunoby will help lock down. And the Raptors played tremendous defense against Sacramento the other night. So I think with some zone, we'll get under the posted total.
All right. Up and under the total there for them. So intriguing with these 5 games that we've got going on tonight. And once again, To recap, Andy Lang, SGA tonight under the 38.5 rather, PRA. Going up here, and I think that's at 8 o'clock that game. While Brian Power, he's looking at Cleveland to hold on there, plus 1.5, maybe even win outright. While Mejia thinks, I'm going to get to 235 with Toronto and Golden State. We did learn, of course, that Brian Power's been here since the summer. Who the hell knew? But we also learned that our good friends over at the Gold Sheet, they got something real intriguing going on there. In fact, they've got an entire write-up here, and this is awesome stuff, guys. If you have not had an opportunity to visit Gold Sheet, you get stuff like this. Really great write-ups about future markets. This article they just put together here with LeBron and his MVP consideration, now, 100-1? There is some great facts and some data in these articles, well worth heading over to goldsheet.com and checking these out. We say it all the time, right? Knowledge is power. They do a great job over at the goldsheet.com. Check this out here. 100-1 right now. There's reasons why you may want to consider that for LeBron and that MVP. All right, good stuff here, guys. Today, great week, in fact, at WagerTalk.com and, of course, the NBA Tip-Off Show. You heard these guys tell you 5% best bets locked and loaded. Both NFL here. Andy, he's ready to go here. Brian Power, Mejia's right. I mean, the card in the NBA college hoops this weekend is monstrous. So now would be a good time for you to hop on board, get those 3-day, 7-day, and 30-day all-access packages ready to go. Get it in your cart, guys, right now. Check it out over at WagerTalk.com. Now is the time as we wind down January of 2023 already. Wow. And get ready for February just around the corner. So come back and join us on Monday. We'll do it all over again here on the NBA Tip-Off Show. Until then, on behalf of Andy, Bryan, and Tony, we appreciate it, guys. Best of luck with all your plays this weekend. We'll talk to you again on Monday. Good luck.
Ready to take your favorite WagerTalk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The WagerTalk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like WagerTalk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report. Plus, browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for WagerTalk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.